what am I going to do today? Where are we? That's right. I fixed the forester yesterday. Not fighting kids for charity till next week. Oh man. I feel like I'm putting something off.
What?
When was the last time I did a podcast?
Would have been about, I don't know, like a year ago now.
Man, like, what's going on?
Dude, we really need to put another one out. Otherwise, we could lose one of our 69 listeners.
Absolutely, man. But let's do video this time. Because, like, we could, just use one camera, almost act like we're inexperienced, keep you and Joseph out of the shot. Almost like we have no budget.
Yeah, that's great. And how about I get irresponsibly drunk this time? Won't that be fun?
Yeah, and what if we get some guests on that maybe have the same name as one of us, and to avoid confusion we give them a nickname, but maybe their bandmates keep fucking up and calling them by their real name, and it just makes it more confusing.
Yeah, that's great.
Well, yeah, that's great. Who do you reckon would be bored enough to, I don't know, come and have a chat with us?
Well, what about Dad Fight? They're pretty loose and they love drinking just as much as we do.
Yeah. They're perfect.
Fuck it, let's do it. I'll call them.
Sick, sweet, man. I'll go grab a slab of the bottle right now.
Alright, great. Now can you please put some pants on?
Sure, why not?
Some blokes, we're having some jokes, having a drink. I don't know what we're talking about or what my guests are gonna think. So put up your hands, it's OnlyBands Podcast.
Alright, it's been a while, but we are finally back. As you heard in the intro, we have notoriously hard partying pub punks Dad Fight as our guests on the OnlyBands podcast today. As usual, I'm your host Quintin.
I'm Joe.
I'm Jed. Welcome, boys.
Yay! It's good to be here.
Fellas, please introduce yourselves.
G'day. My name's Buddy.
Hey, buddy.
Hey, everybody.
Hi, buddy.
I'm the vocalist. I wouldn't say singer, but I'm the vocalist for the band.
My name's Sam. I play drums.
I'm Jack, and I try my best to play bass.
And we are 3/5 of Dad Fight.
Fuck yeah.
Welcome, guys.
Alright,
So
Just
whose dad had the first fight? I'm gonna go with Jack's dad.
Yeah, I'd say probably my dad. He was a bit of a football hooligan back in the UK. Yeah.
That's a lifestyle, right?
Not a good one. He used to follow England around Europe and shit, and go to all the games and
Football groupie.
yeah, I guess.
Now it's a
in
dad
way.
fight groupie, baby.
Yeah,
And that's how Darfight was born.
Well, that's how he was born.
that's how I was born. Yeah,
on tour.
yeah.
well, that's sort of
Did
nice
your dad
segue.
beat up a dude, then take his wife, and that was how you were born, or?
Well, I think it was the first time Dad took Mom to a football game. They walked down the wrong street afterwards, and there was a fight going on, and he was like holding Mom back, trying to push her through this big street fight, which is pretty interesting. But
Could Darfight also be somebody just fighting someone's dad?
Dad fight can be whatever you want.
Yeah,
So,
we have pretty fluid, but I think
That's so deep.
But I think it's kind of came out of the whole schoolyard thing of my dad could beat your dad in a fight.
Oh,
which
of course,
is the pinnacle of masculinity, of
Yeah.
course, if your dad can beat another dad in a fight. Yeah.
Yeah, well, who did come up with the name? And yeah, I think it's sort of was my first question. I guess, how did you guys, come to know each other? How did Dad Fight sort of form as a collective? And what made you guys decide on the name? Did you have any other names you wanted to go with before you decided on Dad Fight?
Yeah, we had
Did you have a dad fight?
We met each other. We are all from different.
We ever had any other names though?
Nah, well, we were all from different kind of walks of life. I met Sam in college at UQ, but I've been mates with Jack for ages. We went to school together at high school. And then one of the other boys went to another college at UQ, Lenny, the Lemon. And then Riley, who's our new guitarist, we just picked him up off the street, scraped him out of the gutter. We don't really know where he's from or what he does. He's from the sunny coast, but
We
Just
saved,
like
we saved
fresh-
his life though, for sure. Like,
Fresh
he was
graduated high school, and he was just not doing great.
loose dog, like stray dog on the
nah,
street.
he actually was doing pretty well. But but he's lowered his standards for us, which is good. As far as the name
Come
goes,
to the pound, really.
yeah, exactly. For the name, I was just sitting in the car one day with my partner, and I was just rattling off like really stupid names for bands because we had just started jamming in my garage in Tarragindi at the time where I was living, and I just the den,
The original Dad Fight HQ.
yeah, the ring, the octagon,
The hairdressing saloon.
yeah, I was just coming up with random names, and I was like coming up with stupid names like the accountings and like I don't know, just random ones. But I noticed that a lot of bands have like mums or dads in them, like Mum Jeans, Teenage Dads.
Jonas,
Yeah.
There's all of them.
Yeah, there's heaps. So I thought, fuck it, if it ain't broke, don't fix it.
Hockey
so,
dad.
So Dad Fight was one I just rattled off, and then I was like, hang on, that's pretty good. Let's go for that. And that's how I was born.
It's a good name.
Yeah.
Works well.
Right. I remember attending. It would have been your second or third. Yeah, it would have been the not Milton Mango. I would have been the Ned Kelly single. So I didn't actually attend your first show. And if anyone here hasn't seen Dad Fight, they're definitely known for the on stage theatrics and the wild sort of. I remember actually one of your mates ended up like he cut his like hand on some glass or something, and afterwards he was wearing one of those white Dad Fight.
That was the Shoto Scully.
Sculligans,
That's Jake.
Yeah. But how did your first show go? Well, that would have been at King Lear's, yeah?
Well.
Incorrect.
Well, technically, the first show nobody knows about. The first show we played
Because no one can.
Yeah, but also because we told nobody about it. We picked up like a last minute gig at Vinny's, which was like I think it was like maybe 2 weeks before our actual first show. And we just picked up like a last minute gig at Vinny's. We were like, fuck it, this is like the perfect opportunity to just go crash run the first ever Dad Fight set. And we took my housemate, he wasn't my housemate at the time, but my future housemate, Oscar. We took him down, and he put on a fantastic one-man mosh for our first show.
Yeah, it's kind of getting one out of the way, like when you rub one out.
Yeah.
So that you're
just
better.
ready to go.
You're
like,
better on
yeah.
on the actual test. That was
Just
what we were
perform.
doing.
It's just the practice.
Yeah.
Practice run, yeah.
Yeah. So once we had that one done, I think the next one was it Greaser?
I think it was.
Yeah, was
Greaser.
that the show with the band now known as Walkin'?
Yes.
Yeah.
Well,
they were
formerly known as
Formerly known as
Talk
Walkin'.
Heavy.
Talk Heavy.
Talk Heavy.
Got that.
Yeah.
Formerly Walkin'.
And that was heaps of
Walkin'
fun.
was a better name.
Talk Heavy's
Just
pretty
putting it
sick
out
though
there.
as well.
I know, but I loved Walkin'. Like, it just hit for me.
Yeah.
Like, I was like, what the fuck is Walkin'? It sounds like, I don't know, I
Yeah.
loved it.
Yeah. No, well, they were fun to play with, and that was, I think we collectively kind of count that as our first gig, but in reality, yeah, we'd played Vinny's before.
You can call Vinny's a practice run. It's just
Yeah.
Vinny's.
Yeah,
Practice
exactly.
It was more just to make sure that
Your
we
gear
weren't
worked and everything.
like really shit. Like I think, and that did the job well. I
Yeah,
think
we
it
had-
was
we
all
had-
was
we
all a
had
bit
made
nervous.
years.
Yeah, hadn't played like I hadn't played in a band live for fucking ages.
Yeah.
So it was good to get that one out of the way.
So if they were some of your first shows and smaller shows, what's been some of the bigger shows you've ever played? Anything that you weren't expecting? Something that was, had a draw a much bigger crowd?
We played a few, which was like way bigger than I thought would ever get. Like we played at the BNS down in Gundawindi, which I think it was like 2,500, something like that. Maybe I'm overshooting, maybe I'm undershooting. I don't know.
I saw some of the photos of this that you sent me when I did that single review. 4 years. That looked pretty fucking wild.
Yeah, well, I mean,
They breed them. They're a special kind of breed.
yeah, yeah. I mean, I saw some shit that I never thought I was ever going to see down at the BNS. It was a bit fucked, to be honest.
We saw somebody in the car park at like 2 a.m. One of his mates was smoking a cigarette and like holding his face out like that, and the other mate was whipping the cigarette out with like a bullwhip. It's honestly the most. It was the most impressive thing I've ever seen. He only got his mate in the face like 2 or 3 times. So
But you got to like keep in mind, like as he's
got it.
Yeah.
Like,
After
as-
he'd cracked his mate like a couple of times.
Yeah, because like as he's going, this dude's still chuffing this dart. So the more he misses, the closer and closer the ciggy's getting to his mouth. Like, but he got it in the end. Very impressive.
He got the butt in the end.
And the mate was just standing there letting him go.
Yeah.
They don't give a fuck down there, man. They
There
really
was
don't.
one group pretty much as we came into the part where we were posted up that were just they were just redlining their fucking car for the entirety of like the 3 days.
Yeah.
Like that car, whatever it was a ute of some kind. I think it was just redlining the whole time. Like they were just had a brick on the accelerator, and then they towed it out of the mud pit at the end of the event.
Yeah. Yeah, that was a lot of fun. But
Why did they do it? I couldn't tell you. But they did it.
They just wanted to have
They
some
don't have
fun
much else to
things
do
in there.
out there, so it's like it's creativity really.
You're
like,
gonna make your own fun.
Yeah. If you ever get the chance to go to a BNS, absolutely do it.
What's a BNS stand for?
Well, I think it's Bachelor and
Bachelors and
Spinsters.
Spinsters.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think it started like way back. It was a way for like all the country folk to like meet up and find a wife type
Oh,
thing.
yeah.
Yeah, but now it's just cool. People
it's a
walk
country
around.
dog.
Yeah, it's just,
Yeah.
Oh
I mean,
yeah.
they
I've seen
walk-
a documentary on it.
it's like a
before,
races,
yeah.
but no animals.
yeah, was that Vice documentary?
Yeah, it would have been. Yeah, it was
Because
like,
there's heaps down in Victoria. That was
yeah.
following one down in Victoria. I don't think there's. I think there's only like 1 or 2 left in Queensland because they've kind of got a bad rap now, and like
yeah, they do.
and there's a lot. Like, to be fair, there is a lot of pretty hectic shit that goes on. I mean, what we saw was probably not even half of it, but
Yeah, what we
Heaps
saw
of
was
fun,
definitely.
hopefully they don't get rid of them. Like, hopefully they stick
Wow.
around.
I've now got somewhere new to give it a sus.
Yeah. So definitely hit it up if you can. But we've also played some other good gigs. What do you reckon, Jay?
Yeah. Well, I mean, we played good things. That was pretty fucking cool.
Yeah, that was sick.
Yeah.
The garage.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and like in the garage, which was sick.
It was packed out though. Like they had secchies at the entrances to the garage. And
I
they were
can't
like,
believe how many people they can fit in there.
Walken played there once, and like I got the fucking hardest elbow to the fucking jaw like
Yeah.
inside that fucking garage.
you know, that'd be a
stage.
regular occurrence for you though. Like at your height. Like,
Oh yeah, I'm like in the fucking mosh. I'm basically the perfect like elbow staunching height for Jed.
Yeah.
Basically. So like
Yeah.
he's got me a few times.
He's got a big target on his face. No, I was in the garage on Sunday because I was there packing up Listen Out, and they were telling me that they had 2,500 people in that room.
no.
Surely not.
And I don't believe it, but I'm just like, if they did, and I feel like being listed out, 2,500 people would push themselves in that room, depending what's in there.
I don't know if that's physically
no
possible.
way.
I don't think
Yeah.
it's physically.
I don't know if we're thinking about the same room, if I'm honest, Jed,
Yeah.
because the one we went
No,
in.
I know what you're saying.
It's like
You
under the
wouldn't.
grandstand.
Yeah.
Is that
maybe
maybe that's
500
maybe
max,
100?
right? Yeah.
Somebody was telling, somebody was
Yeah,
telling
there's
porky
no way.
pies, I reckon.
Yeah, they have to be like packed in like sardines, literally like
Yeah.
flat packed, like lying on each other.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, maybe it's not so true, but
You could fit like 1,000 Quintins,
Maybe yeah.
but like 800 other people.
Yeah.
But the real
There's
question.
no way. Like, you don't get more than like 500 people in that room.
Yeah, I reckon actually, no, I kind of think about 800
I might-
will be a push.
I think like even under 500.
No, you
You could do 500, but you wouldn't be moving.
What do you reckon? It's as big as the zoo?
couldn't was
Yeah,
it
but that's
900
you
people
can
you
move
get
around with
downstairs
500
crowbar?
people in the zoo.
Downstairs Crowbar will like maybe.
I'm saying you
300
could fit
most.
500 people in there like
300,
this.
yeah, right.
Okay, yeah.
No, I reckon there was probably like 150 there, but it was packed and it was heaps of fun. It was a really good gig, and we had people coming up to us afterwards saying, you know, really good things, which is like maybe stroking the ego a little bit.
I still have
Nah, you
people
need a bit
quite
of that.
regularly.
It's nice to get a bit of confidence.
Yeah,
You're
and
like, fuck yeah,
it
someone
makes you feel
enjoyed
pretty
what we
good
did.
when somebody goes like, "Oh fuck, I was on my way to see Amity Affliction, but I heard you guys play," and I was like, "Fuck yeah!" And I missed their whole set because you guys just went off, and it's it makes it feel.
Right, I can hear about drowning in the ocean another time. It's fine.
Yeah, exactly. Come listen to us
28
scream
times,
about fucking nonsense. Yeah.
You can see Amity at a big concert show anytime they tour, but you can't see Dad. You're probably not going to see Dad fight in little rooms forever.
Exactly. Yeah.
I think still to this day, I reckon Good Things is like the most commonly like referenced. Like, oh, like that was the first time I saw it. Like whenever I'm speaking to like just a punter or whatever.
I think they've been
That's
like
the
the
I
most
reckon the name
common.
would have just been a draw. It's like, what the fuck's Dad fight about? Like, just the name, like, on a festival lineup, Dad fight. Like, I'm here for a fight. Like,
Well, that's the catch, We weren't on the lineup. It was a secret stage. People just fucking
rocked up.
walked past and bombed into it. So that's why
Yeah,
I
we had
think that's
people
why I was
say
pretty
that
stoked.
they heard, like they could hear us, like they were sitting on the grandstand above, and they could hear, and they came down to like come check it out. So that was pretty sick.
No, going back
People were
to-
like in the bathrooms. They were like, we could hear that stage over the main stage from the bathroom, and we're like,
Yeah, so going back to the last Good Things before the most recent one, which was 2019 before COVID, Walken actually played in the garage as well.
sure,
Yeah.
Yeah, there's some great bands that play there. I mean, like, if you're ever at Good Things, if you're listening at home, and you just just stop in, because you'll see some great local bands. And we've recommended one or two local bands which might not be on the lineup, but if for example, Pucker Up, who we've hoping will get in on it, playing, you definitely got to go see them. And there's going to be a bunch of other bands which I'm sure will be worth it.
how do we all feel about the Good Things lineup this year, though?
I am so fucking excited for
Yeah.
Limp Bizkit specifically. Like, honestly, like the whole lineup's pretty cool, but like, fuck, how often do you get to see?
Well, this is the first
Limp
time they've
Bizkit.
come to Australia since
Fred
they-
Durst.
I think they
that
actually
crowd
have
crushing
come
and-
back
Yeah.
once after that.
Once.
Yeah, like the crowd crush. When did that? Was it like
That was
2006?
2002 or 3, I think.
Oh.
And then they came back in 20. I think they came back during the last or the second last big day out, and they did some
Okay.
tribute to the person who was unfortunately killed during
Yeah,
the
shit,
first
man.
time.
They got. If
I wanna
anything's
know
gonna
that-
go wrong at a concert, it'll be during the fucking Limp
Legit-
Bizkit set.
Oh yeah, we did, yeah.
I was a little disappointed. I wanted another headliner. I was like, it felt a little flat because I'm like, what's it gonna be? Like Limp Bizkit into Fall Out Boy, or is
True.
it like just thinking about like that lineup? It just feels very odd.
Yeah.
Like it just feels like two acts kind of are missing from that main stage in my head.
Am
when I read that.
Look, maybe I'm just misinformed, or maybe I'm just,
Fucking stupid.
Not well, yes, also that. But like Corey Taylor as a solo
That's gonna be
artist,
a big act, yeah.
is that like does he have a particularly large like solo career? I don't know.
Yeah, he's
I
got
think so.
got like 4 albums. I'm pretty sure.
True,
And then
because
he
like
plays
that's the
Slipknot
same.
stuff
Yeah,
as
that's what I was about to say.
well,
It's the
That's
same
more than
bloke.
Dad
He's the
fight.
bloke from.
He'll play at like 6:30, like
Fucking
straight
right.
up. When he played
Short
Stone
and sweet.
Sour, it was like right on that 6:30 slot. I reckon he'll do the like early evening, like into
Yeah, right.
the
But he's like
headlines.
listed quite like highly though, like on the. He's like listed as like not a top line, but like a second line.
Yeah.
It's probably more of a sales catch than anything. People will
Yeah,
see Corey
right,
Taylor and be
yeah.
like, oh yeah, that's
There's-
Corey Taylor, let's buy
yeah.
tickets.
Yeah,
The
true.
Logan
They're not
folk
gonna-
that just
whether they follow or
fucking
not.
love Slipknot,
Yeah,
like,
right.
and Corey Taylor especially.
Yeah,
like
fair.
there's a crowd for that.
I'm excited to see Devo for what probably will be the last fucking time they ever play in Australia. It's been years since they've fucking come here. They haven't done a whole lot of it as a band, and like now they're basically coming back just to be like, well, this is fucking it.
For me, that was too memey.
Hmm?
I found Devo just like a little too memey to be like that big, but like I understand like the significance of it. But
Yeah,
I, was,
I
like,
think they're
I have
more-
no attachment to Devo.
Yeah,
like,
I feel like like they're sort of like they're very much about almost sort of the like not quite the spectacle, but more about like the weird sort of shit that they do that's like not quite directly related to music basically. And they're a bunch of old dudes now, so I'm not expecting anything too hectic, but I'll die fucking happy just being able to see them live just for that one time, for that very last fucking time.
Yeah.
I'll be honest, I only know do 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 do.
Oh yeah, no, yeah, Whippet is so
Whippet.
different from the rest of their so different from the rest of their discography, because like they started out as a very basically just noise punk sort of like
Really?
as a band, like their first album, question, Are We Not Men? Answer, We Are Devo. Yeah, it was like super punky, and then like by the second album they just Oh no, the second album they were still a bit more rocky, but yeah, third album they just became completely like synth pop sort of thing.
True.
That's what people know them as basically.
Maybe that's the future of Dad Fight, eh? Synth
Maybe
pop. Put some
that's
lipstick on.
maybe that's a thing that they're kind of going for at good things. Because I mean, when we played, fucking Tism were on the lineup.
They always
Yeah.
like to get a nostalgia act because what Good Things is trying to do, you can see it, they're trying to pull in as many demographics as possible. They always have like a 90s punk band come because they want to get that like 90s crowd coming
Yeah.
through. They did it with the Dead Kennedys, Bad Religion.
No effect.
Fuck off! Did Dead
Pennywise.
Kennedys play?
Yeah.
Not Dead
Oh.
Kennedy, sorry. Dropkick Murphys.
Oh,
My
dude,
bad,
I was gonna
sorry.
say, fuck,
My bad, sorry.
dude, that would have been sick.
Um,
Bring Dead Kennedys.
so they do that, and then you've always got like the metal crowd, and they always bring that in, and then they even brought like the weebs in with baby metal. Like it's
Yeah.
always trying to grab as many audiences as possible. to
And
make
they've got
sure
Luca
it sells
Brasi
out.
playing as well for all the emo kids.
And for the Triple J kids. Though.
Yeah.
Like,
Skeggs played once back
They
in
always
2019.
put it
Yeah,
on-
Smith Street Band played the first
Yeah,
Good Things.
yeah.
They always bring in. Soho did as well.
Soho, yeah.
They'll have like one or two of the like Triple J kind of umbrella bands. I don't know. It's just like mishmash, and then when you're in the fucking crowd, you're just like, this crowd is ridiculous. Like, what's going on here?
Yeah. Oh yeah.
But you know what the best part about it is? You talk to different people at Good Things, and they're all there for everything.
Yeah.
Like, they've obviously got the main reason they're there, and they've got
Yeah.
their main genre they're into. But everyone's like, oh, but I actually love this band as well, which is
Yeah.
a complete different genre.
Yeah.
Where you got to, like, listen out, and it's either you're into this or you're into this.
Yeah, I think that's a pretty common thing with heavy music listeners in quotation marks, because like
Or even just live music listeners.
Yeah.
I think people who are like the SoundCloud crew are gonna be just into their specific like genre, right? And I'm generalizing here, but I think a lot of people would be surprised by like our music taste or my music taste, you know? Like I fucking grew up on, you know, Van Morrison and Jackson Browne and stuff like that. Not really similar to the kind of punk we're playing, but you know, like I think that's pretty common with heavy music listeners.
Yeah, I'd say that goes back because like even if you go back to like the UK punk in like the 70s and stuff, all the punks also were massive ska music fans.
Yeah.
And like those are pretty contrasting
Fucking love ska
genres.
music.
You know,
Yeah.
Talk about that kind of
genres.
shit.
Am I
Honestly,
joking?
So, on to that note, I guess. So, what kind of music do you guys listen to, and what sort of music do you find is your biggest influence towards Dad Fight?
Probably the Venga Boys.
Boom, boom, boom.
Yeah, that's it.
Well, they are in your
Sexy.
room, Joseph.
They're in my room.
Uh,
Stick around, boy.
Yeah, no, I grew up very much so just listening to like the 70s and 80s English punk, like Dead Kennedys, Pistols, GBH, The Exploited, all those like old school punks. But then I don't know, it's kind of nice. Yeah, when I was over here growing up, and that kind of changed. I listened to all sorts of different music, like anything really. I was at a stage where I was big into like Skrillex and shit. But
We're all into that.
Yeah, for sure.
but yeah, kind of
Wait, are you
found
saying
my
you're
way
not,
back to
like
punk.
you're not currently into Skrillex?
Well, dude, I used to shuffle. Like, do this. Can you remember
The
shuffling?
Melbourne Shuffle.
Yeah, bro.
Yeah.
Me and my
You're the
mates
SpongeBob, bro? You're the
used
SpongeBob?
to
I could SpongeBob
Were
back
you-
in the day,
were
man.
you mates
Fucking-
with
You
a
can watch
fella?
SpongeBob.
I could SpongeBob like pretty well.
I don't even know what that means.
It's that like
Oh, no.
I grew up
I
on the
can't
Gold
even
Coast, so if he's in Brizzy, then nah.
It's like the original Fortnite dances.
Yeah, right.
the one like
Is it a type of shuffle, is it?
yeah. What's the name of that fucking band? Red Foo and
Oh,
LMFAO. It's that like dance where they go like side
Dude,
to
I
side.
keep
Oh,
saying
yeah.
we've got to fucking cover one of their songs.
Yeah.
Sexy and I know it. Yeah.
What a
Yeah,
throwback.
we'll get there.
How would you sing it?
Just do it like twice as
scream it.
fast and just like.
Yeah.
I was actually just thinking about them today. My friend was coming over, but I was outside in the pool, just like I was wearing my Speedos. And she's come over and I was just like, I've been
Rip off.
outside for like an hour because like I've been working in the sun for a few weeks, getting real tan as fuck, these tan lines are getting crazy. So she got there and I was just like, this is bullshit. Red Food lied because I've been doing a Speedo trying to tan my cheeks and it's not fucking tan yet.
Oh yeah. Just rub some fake tan on it, man. Just.
Get a bottle from the chemist and just rub it in.
I'd
Rub
rather,
it
do
in
it.
till you
I'd,
get
I'd,
it
rather,
about
I'd,
the
ra-
right-
I'd rather it come with the side effects of cancer.
Yeah.
Otherwise,
True.
Just
All
smoke
the-
while you do it.
All the best things come with
Of course.
cancer. Yeah.
Let's sort of, I guess, what about, what do you guys grow up listening to? And is there a band that, I guess the five of you, like, sort of collectively froth that's sort of, like, been, like influential on your sound? I guess. I mean, I guess Venga Boys is one, but you know, listen to that.
Would another be Idols?
Yeah, I think so.
I mean, well, why don't you give us what you kind of listen to, Sammy? Because you're a bit of a jack of all trades as well. You listen to a lot of different stuff, don't you?
Yeah, well, I mean, yeah, we could talk about our own personal like music tastes till the cows come home. But I think what Quintin was more asking, I think, was about like anything currently that all of us like.
No, he specifically started the question by asking what type of music you listen to, you dickhead.
All right.
I'm pretty sure it was actually what did you listen to growing up into what
what I was doing growing up, I don't know,
Judgment.
fucking Billy Joel and Midnight Oil.
Yeah, Midnight Oil.
Bit of Nickelback, Foo Fighters.
Look at this photograph.
Linkin Park.
Really
Linkin
cool,
Park.
I feel like it's
Yeah.
just...
Oh,
Yeah,
Linkin
can I get a minute for Linkin Park?
Oh, bro.
Yes.
Yes.
Rest in peace, my
Have you
boys.
heard?
I used to
have
play
you-
that
they
shit on
released
Guitar Hero.
A 50th anniversary, oh, not a 20th anniversary album
Meteora?
of
Meteora.
no, I can't remember what it's called, but it had a few demos on it from their original.
Oh
songs.
yeah.
Lost
Lost. and,
Yeah. Those demos were like fucking. They're just way rawer than the ones that they actually produced
Yeah.
and stuff like that.
Just like classic, just like vintage chest.
Yeah.
Shinoda's got a track dropping in October that I'm pretty keen on.
Sure.
He's doing a whole new solo act. He did this like
He spoke during Big Sound. Yeah.
Came to Australia. He went on like
Really?
one
This
of the
year?
morning
Or like a
shows.
previous
They
one?
like brought on Mike Shinoda and shit, but they didn't ask him why you in Australia. He didn't shout out Big Sound, and I'm like, that's so like what?
Yeah.
That'd have been fucking cool.
Anyways,
Yeah, answer the
did
fucking
you have
question.
Did you have anything?
Well, I was in the process of just like the long and winding road. The Beatles, yeah. And then what was the rest of the question? You have to
Oh
fucking.
yeah, no, I guess it was probably more transitioning to what
Yeah,
you're
I'll-
listening to
I'll-
now.
I'll
that
tell you-
influences
I'll tell
that.
you
what I
I
listen
grew
to
up on
now,
first.
fucking Chili Peppers, John Mayer, like
Yeah.
all sorts of shit.
John Mayer.
But
is
also
fucking-
like hip hop
Go.
and like I don't know. I listen to like a very very vast. Like I listen to like
A little bit of this, a little bit of that.
like shout out some like prog bands like Kodiak Empire. They're fucking sick. It's Acrylic, mad. But yeah, all sorts, dude. Like I listen to anything. Like I always said anything except country, but I'm even starting to get into a bit of country.
Yeah, honestly,
Country's
country.
getting popular.
Love me
Yeah.
some Johnny Cash.
Man,
Look,
I.
it's the biggest
Yeah,
genre
what's
in the
that
world.
dude
There's
with
gotta
that?
be good, but it's a country. There's a lot of good country music. There's just even more worse country music. You just
Yeah.
gotta find the good stuff.
Well, it's just
Or-
the pop music version of country music.
Yeah,
It's
it's
like,
fucking
Pretty bad.
correct.
Like it's urban. You're just like.
yeah.
But the way I kind of like to think about country is more just don't take it too seriously. It's all ironic. Like
Yeah.
Yeah.
it's kind of the same as punk. You can't take it that seriously.
Oh,
Well
what about
enough.
you, buddy?
I listen to a bunch of different stuff as well. I've already said like Van Morrison and Jackson and Brown and stuff growing up. And then love a bit of John Mayer. Love a bit of. I listen to a bit of folk and like country as well. I think the common thread throughout all of them, and something that I think is why I enjoy a lot of punk music as well, is because the lyrics and the songwriting are usually really good in those kind of genres. So I've been listening to like this country artist, or he might be bluegrass. I don't really know the distinction, but Charlie Crockett, and he's got this like kind of Johnny Cash-esque like deep kind of
Cool.
cowboy kind of aesthetic.
I have to check him out.
Yeah, I don't know. A bunch of that stuff, bunch of different stuff like Sam. I mean, it's kind of hard to pin down, but yeah, a bit of this, bit of that. As far as what we're kind of influenced by, I think it's kind of hard to say, to be honest.
I think
There's all sorts. Like I think widely like I don't know. Chats, Soho,
Fresno
Rage,
for me a lot.
DZ.
to be honest, I
Idols.
kind of fucking disagree with those first few. I don't think that we.
Like
Really?
maybe not so much anymore for some of them, but I'm saying like generally like across our range, like our catalog of music, like that's what
Yeah.
I would say it is.
Do you ever
Yeah.
find when you're like writing a song or you're like working on a song, like it's probably like the melody's coming from maybe something similar to what you've been listening to? That's often how I find it kind of comes out a little bit. And that is what I kind of regarded as the influence. And it's like, well, that was actually a hip hop track that I've just kind of like ran with the same melody.
I think that's
I leave
why.
it to me.
I think that's why I was saying like I kind of disagree. I think like even though things like Idols or like well soft, they're called soft play now. previously slaves. Like bands like that, even though they're, even like Clowns and Private Function, even though they've got similar kind of, with a similar sort of sound, I don't necessarily think that's where a lot of the influence comes from for our songwriting. Like, I think a lot of it is like more of our backgrounds, like growing up and stuff. Like, I feel like a lot of the stuff that we adding into the songs, the reason I think it's kind of different is because we've got such a massively contrasting like taste in music almost, like even though I grew up with a lot of kind of punky, heavier type of background, I mean,
Buddy
was in like quartets and shit, mate.
Yeah, I played double bass for most of my life, like classical and like funk and stuff like that.
Yeah, and Sam was in like a Christian rock band. Lenny's a fucking country bum. So
yeah, I grew up like playing, like I was playing drums since I was like 4 years old, but I like the first place I was like regularly playing music was in church on a Sunday from like 13 or so.
Seems to be a bit of a theme.
Yeah, Soho got their fucking start doing, just playing in their fucking local church band. Mansfield has, I think, has like the most, like the highest concentration of like churches, basically.
Really?
In a suburb in like...
God, that smells
in
good.
almost all of like Queensland, if not Australia. So yeah, the high school I went to in Mansfield was right across from a fucking church, and there was yet another church down the road, and yet another fucking church down the road there. So there was a lot of opportunity for it. You did mention Private Function before, even if you don't quite I guess take influence from the actual sound. You do definitely do follow in the tradition of their on-stage theatrics. I want to know what's the most successful, stunt bit gag you've done, and what was the least successful stunt / bit / gag you've done?
I think one of my favorites is. I mean, it's hard to say because half of the time I think I just kind of get up and rip in. Like I don't necessarily plan out what I'm going to do anything. My favorite one that I remember, and that's the caveat, is we did a single release for I Can't See Straight. Yeah, it was I Can't See Straight, right? And I had these old.
I remember this.
Yeah, I had these old.
Wait. Wasn't that Cash Money?
No.
Because it was Unfinished Business.
Unfinished Business.
Oh,
yeah.
No, your Cash Money one, I remember Jed and I, we were stuck in the fucking Splendor mud, I'm pretty sure.
Yeah. Well, it was for one of the single releases, and I put on these suit pants that I kind of cut the seam a little bit so that
we just cut the waistband.
Yeah.
Was that a black bear?
Yeah, we were there. Yeah.
And halfway through the set, I took my belt off and was like, all right, boys. And Sam came over from behind the drum set, and Jack came over, and they ripped my pants off, and I was wearing some nice, sexy fishnets underneath. And unfortunately, just jocks, I wanted to get a codpiece, kind of like a la...
I don't even know how to describe it.
You know, like a cricket player's cup with like strings.
With strings. Yeah.
It's called a cup.
But it's like with strings.
Suspended.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, if you've ever watched an American teen movie where they do
jockstrap.
Jockstrap, yeah.
Yeah, where they do
It's like a jockstrap, but intentionally sexier.
Yeah, sexy jockstrap.
But yeah, so that went well. That was fun.
That went well.
Also, fishnets are really comfortable.
Are they?
Yeah, they're super comfortable. They feel like...
Jed's been wearing them to work and to uni.
Yeah, I'm wearing them right now. But they feel quite...
Keep you warm, or?
They feel like velvety and, I don't know, just sexy.
Do you wear them under your shorts so they're still kind of sticking out the bottom so everyone at work can see?
Yeah, well, I think more people should cross-dress in a casual sense. I think that's where I'm at. Women's clothing is just women's clothing is just more comfortable.
Well, I mean, Taylor from Dad and Nate was wearing the fucking crop tops for fucking ages.
Yeah. Actually, me and my mate so I grew up in Taree. We used to drive down to like Newcastle in the middle of the night because they had a 24-hour Kmart, and we just got really bored in Taree because there's nothing else to do but drugs and drink, and we were young and didn't want to do that, so we thought we'd go to Newcastle and go shopping at Kmart at 8 o'clock in the morning. And then we remember one time it was stinking hot, the aircon was out in my mate's car, so we went in there, we did a lot of shopping, just buying random shit. We used to buy Nerf guns and drive around all the clubs and shooting people as they come out at 2 o'clock in the morning in Newcastle. But one time we bought some skirts and we just drove home with the windows down with like the air blowing up the skirts. Best thing we ever did.
Yeah, oath, man.
Yeah.
I'm telling you, you should.
It's liberating.
We should be all wearing dresses right now.
I reckon that's one of the things the Scottish got right. Is the kilts.
The
Man.
kilts, for
Yeah, like just
They just need to let their balls free.
yeah, and I'm all for it.
Yeah, free the balls.
Yeah.
That and haircuts. I reckon mullets probably originated, if you traced them back, probably from the Highlands of Scotland.
Yeah.
Ginger mullets, the best kind of mullet.
Yeah.
Alright, what was the least successful bit / gag / stunt that you have done?
The least successful bit / gag / stunt was. I don't know. We don't have a least
Yeah.
successful.
I remember when you were trying to smoke ciggies on stage at Greece, with the fucking stage man to shut that down pretty quick. But
Yeah,
I thought you guys had like.
That wasn't a stunt. Though.
We definitely
Yeah.
didn't plan that. In fact, I wasn't even. There was no cognitive
But he has no
electricity
recollection
going
of that.
through my brain at that moment.
Yeah, I think.
Buddy.
Fuck.
Dan, you're gonna have a lot of fucking work to do on this one.
Buddy only has he only knows that story secondhand.
Oh
Like,
yeah.
I had to explain to him what he did, and that's the thing. Like with most of our
Well, there was a
shows,
video of it that we had up on Insta.
yeah. I mean, like most of our, like we don't really plan anything in terms of like on stage stuff. I mean, we did the business thing, and I think when we did the music video, we were like, oh, we're gonna wear the outfits, but there's no like planning as such. We kind of just get up there and just let our inner degenerate loose, and I guess that's just what happens. But yeah,
We get up there. I bring wife beaters for everyone to wear, and I make them wear them.
yeah. But in terms of the smoking incident, yeah,
Buddy.
fuck. I never call him buddy. Fuck. God. In terms of the smoking incident, Buddy just turned around and sparked up a dart on stage, and
Cheers, Bob.
yeah, I was just playing, looking at him, just fucking laughing, and then
Yeah, the venue manager just comes up. And
yeah,
just,
sprinting from the bar, rips this dart out of his hand, and then yeah, Buddy looked
he's
at
like,
me.
no.
Yeah, Buddy looked at me with this look of disgust, like how dare that man just take my ciggy off me, and then
Goes to light another one.
yeah, just turned around, picked up another dart off the cab, and then
Buddy.
tried to light another one. So fucking
I
good on
remember
you.
that night, dear Buddy, he has the he has the honor of being the only front man who's ever smacked me in the face and in the nuts at the same gig. Because it's happened. Because there've been plenty of front men who've smacked me in the face, plenty of front men who fucking smacked me in the nuts. But he did it, yeah. But he managed.
Can we get a reenactment here tonight?
Yeah.
We've got video now,
Yeah.
so all right. I guess after we're done with the podcast, we might as well get a
How many minutes
Yes.
or seconds in between that?
Oh, it was two separate songs. One of them, it was I think he was sort of handing the mic to people, and the mic just went right into my fucking face. And the other one, I think he was just sort of going crazy and just fucking, I was like,
I'm sorry, Quintos. I'm sorry, mate.
it was all good fun. Yeah,
I think at the
definitely
next
love
one
that.
we'll try to make it simultaneous.
Yeah.
Like a boot to the nuts and
And
like
just a
a
punch
mic
to the face.
a mic to the head. Yeah.
Yeah, well,
Just like a kick and a headbutt.
I'm sorry. I only
Combination.
condone consensual violence at our gigs, and I'm sure you didn't consent to that, so I do apologize.
Oh, I feel like I consented to.
Yeah, I don't know. Can we get after the fact
also?
consent?
Yeah,
If
sign
you
a
come
contract.
into a dad fight gig, you've signed a contract to get fucked up.
Yeah.
Well, I think
but
to some extent, at any gig you go to, you should be waving away a little bit of rights if you get hurt. If you go into a pit, if it's a band that has a mosh pit, don't go in there if you don't want to get hurt.
Oh fuck!
Yeah.
After COVID, fucking, so many people who've never been on a mic before, fucking I guess sort of try to venture closer to the fucking stage and get so fucking shitty when they get fucking bumped into it and stuff. And it's
Yeah.
just,
Yeah. See,
Dude, facts at Battlesnake at Big Sound, there was these there was a couple of people just in front of me that were front row, and there was a pit behind us.
Yeah.
And you spend the whole time just getting shoved and bumped around the place because you're at the front of a gig with a pit behind you. It's just what happens. And these people in front of me were just having the worst time. They spent more time
Complaining. And
looking
looking
backwards at us and the pit that was going on probably 3 rows behind us. It was 5 rows of people not pitting it up, but it was hectic, and they were just having the worst time. I was like, man, like you guys need to go somewhere else, and
We were here.
reconsider you need to think about your life decisions a little bit.
You just want to see them properly. That's what the mezzanine's for at most venues.
You don't want to sell any disc sticks.
Yeah,
I don't want to sell any disc sticks. You want to go home and rethink your life.
On that note, though, like, I've always been like a massive fan of like fucking mosh pitting, you know, and like that's one of like one of the coolest parts about our shows. But like, we've always been like, oh, when you're at a show and people are like, oh, like calm the mosh down and stuff. And I've always been like, oh, what the fuck? But then like at one of our shows, we had someone actually go like way too far, and that's pretty fucked up. Like we had like people like properly getting hurt and like actually just throwing punches and shit. Which, if you're that guy, you can get fucked.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
Go to a gig like what do they call it?
Crowd killing. Yeah, you can get
idiot,
fucked.
man. I mean, there's a time and a place for that, but like if you're just at a gig where
If
people
you're
are
not
mushing
at a
around having
hardcore
fun.
show where that's the actual vibe, get fucked.
Yeah, like
Yeah.
go in there, knock each other over, pick them back up, knock them over again. That's fucking sweet as. But like, yeah,
Drop an elbow. Well, I mean, what?
Well, that's that's the thing. Like, because I mean, I'm with most of you boys when it comes to like, if you go to a gig, especially for certain songs, it's going to get rowdy. Just if you don't want that, then step back out of the pit. But having said that, I feel like there are some opportunities in some songs where you can not calm it down a little bit, keep the energy going, but say, hey guys, like recognize that there are like 18-year-old 5'2" or 4'8" women in the crowd, and if you're like swinging around, you're probably going to punch them by accident. So, you know, we want everyone to come and have fun, and like the last thing we want is a repeat of what had happened. And it was up at Soul Bar where some guy was just literally just laying elbows into the back of people's heads, like
Jeez.
like my girlfriend and like other women in the crowd were just getting.
my brother got punched in the head. Like it's just cooked.
Yeah.
But in saying
That's
that,
just not on in any, no matter where you are. That's
And
not
it
on.
fucks the whole night up for everyone else.
Yeah.
Not even just like the people who aren't super keen to mosh, but like everybody. Yeah.
in saying that though, definitely come and mosh
Yeah.
because we love a mosh.
Yeah.
We love a mosh. Just don't be that fuckwit.
Poopy butthole.
All right, so we're back, and we're going to do a quick wine tasting because I no longer get free beers, so we've traded the beer tasting for a wine tasting on this one. And no, completely out of our control, somebody's accidentally gotten a Sauv Blanc instead of a Cab Sauv, but we're going to go with it anyway.
Yeah,
You
so we got the
disrespected Dad.
Pepper Jack Sauvignon Blanc, which was the only Pepper Jack at my local liquor land. So it describes itself as being pale straw in color with light green hues, displaying aromas of white grapefruit pith with freshly crushed nettle, complemented by subtle lychee notes and mineral chalk. The palate is refreshing, textural, and layered, demonstrating flavors of citrus and grapefruit with mouth-watering acid that finishes clean and soft with great persistence.
Mouth-watering acid?
Yeah, but honestly,
yeah,
it looks
so
more
it-
like piss when you're really hydrated.
When you drink it,
Yeah.
it just basically
I've
tastes
got a
like
fucking
the
fly in
acid
mine,
that
bro.
I used in the lab back at QUT.
You gotta fly it.
Yeah, I copped a little bug.
Yeah, big Sig Quintin.
That is the worst Sauv Blanc I've ever drunk in my
Oh,
life.
that's
What
fucking
was that in the
shocking.
wine?
Cheers.
fucking dreadful.
I don't know, but that tastes like shit.
Yeah. Alright, back to the 4X.
It's got a. What do they say?
Oh.
Texturally pleasant.
Yeah.
I'm getting greasy from that.
Yeah.
It
Why?
feels like it's got a dollop of olive oil.
Buddy, can we
Yeah,
get a
yeah.
dad fight song that's just really angry about this wine?
Yeah, fucking oath. I hate Sauv Blanc, so that writes itself. I think.
Yeah.
Pepper
sick.
Jack fucked up. That reminds me of fucking.
Yeah, Pepper Jack Red, good.
Goon.
Pepper Jack White.
Yeah,
bad.
well, it's vintage
Well,
2023, so
Vintage
we may have
23.
opened it a little early.
That's what it was.
Oh yeah, that's definitely what it was.
Yeah,
for sure.
yeah, not the absolute
Yeah.
shit taste.
I actually love drinking wine though.
Yeah,
Like
I love red.
I work at a bottle so
You
I've-
study philosophy, of course you do.
yeah.
Do you like Pinot Noir? That's my go-to.
I actually don't.
My
Fuck
mum and
you.
dad love it.
And fuck Pinot Noir. Nah.
Hey, fuck you.
Yeah,
No.
I'm much more a Cab Sauv or a Shiraz, even a Merlot, even like a mix, but Pinot's my last.
Yeah, watch me be fucking arrogant.
Yeah,
Once
here
you're
we
right
go.
here. I like a Valpolicella or like a Nebbiolo or a Barolo or like any Italian red. I think Australian Reds are alright. Shirazes are good, but like Sauv Blancs, Australian Savies are fucked. Never drink them. How dare you put this in front of me?
Is that Australia?
Or
is it New
Yeah,
Zealand?
it was brewed in Tasmania.
They're
apparently.
really nice.
Tassie's
This is
supposed to
by
have good.
far the worst I've ever had.
Yeah, it's rough.
Hey, he's
Yeah.
still drinking it.
It's a Barossa though. I mean, it's wine. Fuck it, I'll drink it.
It was brewed on the limestone coast of Tasmania.
Yeah, we can get fucked.
It may taste of inbreeding. I don't know.
True.
Oh,
Damn.
Do even the grapes inbred down there? Are they
yeah.
true?
Yeah, the
That's
grapes.
what
They
a
start out
blunt
as one grape, but they slowly grow.
That's
a
what a
second
blunt
grape
is,
on
it's
the
an inbred
outside.
grape.
All right, so we're probably going to launch into the first game. We're going to do one we haven't done in a few podcasts. Not that we've done many podcasts, and it's called.
Mate, we haven't
Cat-
done this one in at least a year.
Yeah. This one's called Catch My Bluff or Tell Me the Truth. They couldn't really decide on an actual name for it.
Did you guys pick for us? Maybe give us your answer at the end of the game. Tell us what you think we should call it.
Yeah, so this game involves a player selecting a category and then they have to tell a wild story about the category, and the rest of the player themselves, they can either tell a true story and they can tell a made-up story. And the other players must essentially, they're allowed to ask questions to see whether they're, lying or telling the truth. The player obviously has to be convincing as possible, and you have a time limit of about 2 minutes to tell the initial story. Basically, I guess afterwards we'll ask questions. And there's multiple categories for the story. It'll just, I think, in the interest of time, because like the last time we played this, it fucking was
So what we'll do is we'll get the three of you to pick a category. You guys,
Yeah.
So we'll just go, start with Buddy. We'll go around the room this way.
Right.
So we'll go Buddy, Sam, and Jack. And then so pick a category. You can't pick the same category. And then we'll give you a bit of time to have a think.
Yeah.
And then you can tell us your story.
Yeah.
It can be made up. It can be true. But we get to ask questions throughout you telling the story to try and throw you off.
Yep.
Make sure it's true. And then we'll at the end, within 2 or 3 minutes, we'll sort of have a bit of a guess and be like, I think it
the
was
judging
shit.
panel, eh?
Yeah.
Or
Yeah, so the categories are festivals, tours, school, bad dates, Christmas, airports, growing up, hold my beer, and late.
I'll take
Damn.
tour.
Can you go through them again? I'm sorry, man.
Alright, categories. Festivals,
Yeah.
Be a whole
tours,
one.
school, bad dates, Christmas, airports, growing up, hold my beer, and late.
Hold my beer is that like
Yeah.
uppercase, lowercase, all the way through. I'm gonna hold my beer.
Yeah, okay.
It's more like thinking of a story which I can tell.
Yeah, probably. Yeah, you can read the categories.
Alright, so I can have a little think, right? Because we can
Yeah.
cut this
Yeah, we
anyway.
can cut it out.
Sweet.
Take as long as you need.
No, immediately.
Alright, Buddy's gonna start first. What was his chosen category?
My category is school.
School.
So
alright.
it's pretty simple one. So in my school, it was like a Gold Coast private school. It was pretty young, but they wanted to put in
Private
Go to
school boy.
TSS, mate.
no, not TSS, but a different Gold Coast private school. Yeah, suck that. No, it's if anything, it's a point of shame. But no, it was a good
Your
school.
voice is private school to me, actually. Like,
I get that.
I
Yeah,
feel that.
but
That's the
there's
story.
that's it.
He went to a private
I went to a
school.
private school. Am I lying? Am I telling the truth? No, so they had this thing. It was called the Hiatus honoris because private schools love Latin, which means the seat of honor. And it was if you are a multi-talented superstar like me, you get nominated.
Definitely false.
Yeah, you get nominated for this thing. If you're involved in like music and sport and like community service and all that kind of stuff. So I was a bit of a goody-goody at school. So I really wanted to get this award. So you get it. There's one junior school one which you can get in year 6 and one senior school one when you can get in year 12. I really fucking wanted this year 12 one. I thought it'd be a nice feather in the cap. And I kind of liked attention.
Do you get an actual
Still
feather
do.
to put in the cap, or?
No, but you do get to sit on this old wooden chair that was carved out of like one of the first trees from where the school was built. So there's a lot of I figured there's a lot of history there. I kind of want my name on this chair. So I essentially from year 6 to year 12, worked my ass off so I could get this award.
So how many people get the award?
One person
Just
each
one a
year.
year.
One year.
From like year 12?
As in like,
Yeah.
well, it can be year 11, and it's always fucking funny when a year 11 gets instead of a year 12 because it's like the whole grade got kind of snubbed. But it's essentially one person from senior school and one person from junior school each year. And so I was like, I'm going to fucking get this. I graduated in 2014. I'm going to get the 2014 status honoris. So I spent 6 years essentially trying to get this, and finally, you know, I did it. I was like, fuck yeah. I got nominated for it. I was like, hell yeah. They tell you beforehand, nobody knows except for the person who wins the award. So they told me that I was going to get it, and I was super stoked. And then the next day, the day that I was supposed to go up and get this award, I got really sick. Like I think it was lung infection or something like that. So I was feeling really, really ill, and I went up on stage and I sat down in the chair in front of the whole school. And nobody knows this. I don't even think Jack knows this, but I shit my pants.
I knew you were gonna tell the fucking shit my pants story. I was really gonna fucking jump in at the start and be like, I'm Buddy, and I shit my pants fucking right there.
Yeah.
Dude.
I've shit my pants.
Keys the castle here.
I'm known to shit my pants on occasion.
I've got at least 3 incidents, so it's all good.
Anyway, but to my defense, I was sick. I got sick a lot, and I was on antibiotics, and I didn't want to miss this thing because I was like, I fucking been working for this, and I shit my pants, and then but it was
You
fine.
were that excited, you shit your
It was only a little bit, and I got up and I left, and nobody even really noticed. I think the person like this, our head of year,
So,
knew.
so what did you
She
actually
smelt it.
win the award?
She smelt it.
Oh, it's like multifaceted, so like.
Multifaceted.
Just being the toppest cunt is
Being a suck.
Yeah, for being a little dweeb.
Fighting someone's dad.
So not the darks.
No, it's not necessarily academics.
academic,
Well,
it's
no,
like-
it is academic, but you don't have to be the top student.
You just
It's
gotta be the
more-
coolest cunt.
Yeah, totally. Yeah.
Most well
That was me.
Maybe more creative.
Yeah, like you got to be involved in sport, which is like, so I played a lot of rugby, and you got to be in music, and I've been playing music my whole life. And you got to do like community service, which I did like Rosie's on the Friends on the Street and stuff like that. So you just got to do a bunch of different shit.
It's
Yeah.
frustrating because I believe him. I do believe you.
Yeah.
I feel like he's already been dobbed in.
Yeah, it sounds like
Yeah,
a.
you gave it away with the pants shitting thing.
But I believed it even before then. I think there's like a fair bit of honesty there.
So you're saying
Yeah.
that the pants shitting thing was the most believable part about the story?
I mean, I could believe you
Oh
shat your
yeah,
pants. Like,
yeah, no.
when I met my stepbrother for the second
hasn't?
time, he shat his pants and then flung it on top of a fucking roof to get rid of the evidence.
That's
That
the
was
best.
the second time I
yeah.
ever met him. And honestly, that explained the entire relationship from there.
Yeah, I've hosed myself down at a few house parties.
Okay. So we're gonna say, yeah, we all think it's true.
Yeah.
Yeah. Alright, we're calling true.
Ah, suckers!
I read out the whole
gotchas.
time.
You gotchas? Nah, that's not true. I
You
do
shat
shit
your pants.
myself a lot, but I didn't shit myself
Oh.
on that occasion. I didn't even get the award, so fuck it.
Well done, well
Did
done.
that cut you deeply though?
I didn't care about it that much. I mean, no, like the whole thing about me working up to it, it would have been nice to get, because it was like, I did love this. I loved the school, and I loved being a part of it, and it was part of history, but history of the school at least. But nah, that was cool.
It's not what drove you to start a punk band, like, you know, fuck the man for not
Yeah,
getting what I
exactly.
want.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
My school got shut down and then sold off to Brisbane Christian College like 3 years later. So
Shit.
I went to a high school that doesn't exist anymore.
Yeah, that happens a lot.
Yeah.
That is pretty punk, yeah.
Alright, well I guess we got Sam next with his tour story.
All right, so last
I
year,
call bullshit.
Okay, no, new rule, you're not allowed to fucking intervene on other stories, I think.
Alright.
last year we went on a I guess a bit of a mini East Coast tour, and with Pucker Up, and the last show of the tour was in Byron, and we played at this like Smoke and Mirrors Studio was the name of the venue. It was a fucking sick venue, but it was a pretty wild night. It was quite a large one. We ended up going out in Byron afterwards and got kicked out of a venue and just took a bunch of drinks out with us and just kicked on into the street. And by the time we got back and we were carrying on at the campsite, we lost all track of time and we just pretty much just on the send, and got to about 5 a.m. like sun's coming up when we sort of started, I guess, just battery running on empty, and everyone sort of started flaking off. And it would have been not an hour or two after that the campsite head comes out kicking and screaming and literally like stomping around our campsite, like yelling at everyone, like, get the fuck out, like, what the fuck are you guys doing? Like, the campsite's a mess, like, you've been keeping everyone up all fucking night, like, you're fucking never coming back here again. And like, it was us and the Pucker Up boys and like a few of our mates that had just been kicking on there. And he said the funniest fucking thing. He was like, "You've cut the hose off one of the camper vans." So there's like a camper van, and one of our mates has cut the hose off their water supply to make a bomb.
Did he leave the plug into the camper van and just took like a 4-inch piece out of the middle somewhere?
He just severed the hose, took what he wanted, and then left it as is, like that. So some poor, like, probably retiree has gotten up at like, 6 a.m. to like, brush his teeth or have a shower or take a piss or something. He's got no water, and he's come outside and his hose been cut, and he's called the camp supervisor saying, "Someone's cut my hose." And
what happened to my hose?
In the hour or so where we'd started all passing out, basically a massive storm had kicked up, and our campsite had been like upended. Like the marquee coming off the four-wheel drive was like flipped over and like pretty much shattered. Like all of our rubbish had just been like upended everywhere. And so our campsite looked like a mess. We'd been making noise all night.
So he was actually fair in his assessment.
Dude, 100%. He just he laid it out as it was, and we were all just like, oh, like, no, that wasn't. We didn't make this mess, like, because legitimately we didn't. Like, we passed out. It was tidy-ish.
I think we also had no idea what happened the night before.
Yeah, also there was a bit of that.
Yeah,
there was a lot of that.
Yeah.
So yeah.
But the hose.
That's the story. Got kicked out of a campsite for severing a hose.
Well, I feel like he just validated your story in the same way you validated his story, but
But
his
mine
was
was right.
false.
So we're playing mind games with you.
But I've met the Pucker Up boys, and I believe most of that story.
The hose, questionable. I feel
No,
like
Well, I think the hose is the question.
but because they said they don't remember some of that night. If they're all that lit, taking a 4 inches out of someone's hose just in the middle and leaving it thinking, oh, it'll be fine. Yeah, I can see that.
I can believe it. But
I'm gonna say it's true. I'm calling thumbs up.
what do you reckon, Quintin?
He's got his thinking face.
Yeah. What was the bottle made from for the bong?
I couldn't tell you. I don't remember using the bong. I never used the bong.
Oh,
I'm a joint smoker myself.
that's true. I did see some joints.
Come
If
on,
I had to
boys, it's
guess,
not hard.
I'd assume it'd be a
I'll
gator.
say it's true.
I'm thinking it's false.
I reckon most of the story's true. Maybe there's something that's
Yeah.
a little.
Yeah.
I reckon he got kicked out, but I'm not sure about the hose. I don't know. Alright.
Well, that's the question, isn't it? Is it true or is it not? Is the hose true? Because if the hose isn't true, then it's not true.
It's true.
Yeah,
That is
true.
false.
Or is it?
Quintin, quit.
I'm gonna just go true.
I'm
Do we have to go? Do we have to?
It doesn't have to be
unanimous.
unanimous.
Oh, okay. I'm gonna say false.
All right. What is it?
It's true.
Yeah!
So I got 1-1. Big fat zero. Sorry.
Big
Quinn.
fan zero Quingo.
Yeah.
Nice.
All right, Jack. What did
You're
you
up,
pick
mate.
for the category?
I'm doing growing up,
All right, hit it.
and
All right, so we're back, and we're gonna jump into a quick game of Know Your Bands. Welcome back, Quintin. How was that? Fill us in on what just happened. Tell us the story.
Nauseating. I didn't actually end up throwing up, but like, oh, bro, my fucking head is fucking spinning.
What's
So if you're just tuning in, Quintin down 5 glasses of wine in about 3
Shitty
minutes
stuff,
in
man.
our
Good on
early session here, which you don't notice about because we cut it, but we went out for a smoke. So anyway,
Quintin accidentally bought the wrong bottle of wine, and now he's living with his life choices.
Living in
He
regret.
had to finish all of it for everyone else.
What's
so-
your opinion on attacky?
No idea what it is.
Attack bomb.
Attack bomb.
Well, I attempted to attack one, but it didn't quite end up working out.
You got to commit.
Yeah, it's gotta be at least three fingers down the throat.
Yeah.
Anyway, so another question from you, Quintin.
Yeah, the song Guillotine takes a bit of inspiration. It's an almost like Bad Dreams sort of like political turn compared to the rest of your songs. What was the inspiration for the song Guillotine?
Well, I don't know if I'd say Bad Dreams really, but
Would you say Idols? Because I get mad Idols vibes.
yeah, I think. I mean, at the end of the day, we try not to like talk too much about political stuff, just because. I mean, I want to speak to the political stuff that we can speak to. So, you know, we're not going to be talking about certain topics because, frankly, we can't relate to them as 4 straight white dudes, and we know that. But I think something that everyone can relate to is kind of like how fucked up the world we live in is, just generally for everyone, especially when it comes to like late stage capitalism and like the man and all that shit.
Oh, you keep talking about it. I'm gonna go speak.
He's so disgusted by late stage capitalism. He has to get it out.
Yeah.
He's just gotta get it out.
Politics make Quintin fucking sick, bro.
Honestly, it makes me sick too, though. Like,
It's pretty
No,
bad.
I 100% understand. I you know.
you just hear rumbles of Quintin in the background.
So,
Can we throw a microphone in the bathroom?
Yeah.
Hang on.
like, did he fall? Because, like, that's my housemate's fucking bathroom.
Can somebody go throw that in there?
Yeah, look, your housemate's not going to be wanting to use that bathroom for a while now.
That's a bit unfortunate.
I mean, should I keep talking about capitalism or?
Yeah, please.
No, on that note though, I'd say like, as like lyrically, and in terms of like what we kind of where we sit as a band, it's not. We don't really follow like a strictly political like point of view, because as Buddy was saying, like there's a lot of topics that we just can't talk. Like we don't have
no authority on.
Yeah, we have no authority on talking about it, and like even in terms of just like general politics, it's like, you know.
Could you
It
talk
doesn't-
about not being able to talk about these things? Like, kind of the confusion of, like, trying to
Monologuing to the.
form opinions and...
I think it's just better off, like, I think we just don't want to, like, it's not something that we want to make music about, you know?
Yeah.
Like, I think we try to write songs about things that we can relate to and hopefully that other people can relate to, which is more of just like being in, you know, a position that we're in, and, you know, seeing people in positions of power, being able to, you know, control things that we have no control on, and like it's I don't know. I think we're just more writing about how we are and how we see
Gospel lyrics,
things.
but the price of milk is just outrageous. The price of fuel, don't even get me started.
No, but the price of milk's outrageous because it's too low. They're not paying the fucking
The
farmers.
farmers enough.
Yeah, but also
But then the problem is cheese and everything else becomes more expensive, and that's like a bit of a protein source for people too. So it becomes pretty problematic at
more-
the flow on.
Yeah.
do you know what actually
And there's not enough farmers. That's the bigger problem, actually.
Yeah, well, why would you be a farmer, man, nowadays?
It's
like,
fucked.
That's the thing, again, like, and, man, fuck, I could get so deep into this rabbit hole, but it's exploitative.
Yeah.
Everything is exploitative.
Yeah, everything is an exploitation of something else. It's like the only way anyone has acquired any form of very high level wealth is exploiting multiple people.
And everyone's being, well, most people are being exploited, and some people are being exploited more than others. And that's a fact. Nobody can deny that. But at the same time, we, as people who maybe aren't getting exploited as much as other people, can still question the system that is exploiting everyone. You know, like, that's what it comes down to. And that's why we've gotten more political in some of our writing. And a lot of like lyrics come from Jack, so like he's spearheaded that in a way, but I think obviously, I mean, I care about that shit a lot, so I've been writing a lot about it, like, And we collaborate a lot. Like Jack will come along with a bunch of lyrics, and then I'll tweak some or add some, or I'll come along with some lyrics, and same goes. But I like the juxtaposition of our songs that are about getting pissed and eating zinger boxes, and then some of them are about real like.
It's just the honest truth of being like an Australian bloke. Like it's just like it's how we've grown up.
Or
Like
being
it's
any
a lot of
living
those,
human
like,
being, you know,
Yeah, I
who
feel
gets
like
pissed and fucking gambles and has fun, but also lives in a world that is a little bit fucked up.
well, it's just something that we can all relate to, is because we all like being that sort of like, you know, for less a better word, a little bit ignorant to the world sometimes, being like, oh, you know, the
just
best.
being a bit of a degenerate, really.
Yeah, but like, you know, hard day's work, come home, smash a zinger box, fuck, you feel better. And it's a mental
you feel
it's a
worse.
mental thing. If you
we
tell
all
yourself,
went through KFC on the way here.
yeah, nice. And that's what I mean. It's like it's
a
a
lifestyle.
mental thing. You build it up. It's like one of those things you're just like, oh man, if I smash a zinger box before I go to a gig or before I do this, fuck yeah, that's gonna make me feel better. So every time you do it, of course it's gonna make you feel better.
100%.
And it's just one of those things that you can just fucking always do and just push yourself towards.
Well, man, I think one of the most ingrained things that we do all the time.
Just get KFC.
Masturbate.
Well, that masturbate to porn is probably the main thing,
Yeah,
which is
right
kind of
your brain.
fucked up.
And
Right your
Dexies. And Dexies.
Amen to
Speaking from
that.
experience.
4 Dexies, 12 wanks later, you know?
Yeah.
Can I just?
Well, it makes
Dude,
you,
your Dexy
you
to
can
ratio
wank
wank is
more.
way off.
It improves performance in every way. You know what I'm saying? Anyway, no, but I think there's so many things we do, and one of them's like social media.
Quinn's
You
getting
know,
lost in the bathroom.
The funny thing is right, he's got that other lapel microphone in there, and I keep seeing the audio spike, so either he's bobbing or he's telling me a story.
Yeah, no.
We won't know till later.
Monologuing. He's been...
Did you tell him to monologue when you gave him that?
No, I just said I was gonna. I just said I was.
Have you got the microphone, Quintin?
Huh?
Where's the microphone?
Right here.
No, the one that we
The lapel mic.
The lapel mic.
Oh, I think it's in the back of my pocket. I'm pretty sure.
Oh, see, we just heard some arse the whole time.
That's what I like to hear. Where were we with...
I reckon
Quinn's probably got some
Yeah,
questions
finish
for
the
us, I reckon.
We've been talking about how they write songs, actually.
Oh, actually, yeah, no. My question was like, do you guys have a main songwriter, or is it a bit more collaborative?
We kind of...
I think we just did
Yeah,
through
yeah,
that.
We can talk more about
Yeah.
that.
I mean, fuck Quintin.
He doesn't get to know. He can listen to it back.
No, it is very collaborative, eh? I think Jack and
Buddy.
do often bring the original idea and a lot of the framework, either lyrically or musically or both.
Thank you
in
for
some
including me.
cases. Fuck.
All right, I think
He
we
can
should.
play tambourine, so if you
Yeah.
want, like, you could have two.
Let's just
Yeah,
do- let's
Jack's,
just- let's
Jed's
just do
been
that.
our ghost writer this whole time. He's been feeding us lyrics, and we've just been writing it to the
Yeah, they just
to
locked,
mediocrity.
they locked me in a 3-meter square box for 3 days with just a heap of crack and some pens and pencils.
Another question.
He
another
didn't
bullet
take
for
the
Quinn.
crack.
Wait, take the lapel mic. Where's the lapel mic? Where's the lapel mic?
I think we probably need to get towards a wrap up since Quintin's just kind of, well, Quintin.
Yeah, fair enough.
Dad fight got the best of it.
He's locked it.
Can
I think it was Pepper Jack, not Dad Fight, to be honest. Boys, if you had to rename the band, could it be Pepper Jack?
Oh, Pepper Jack's not a bad name.
It's not bad.
Yeah. Pepper Jack, Sablong 2023,
Yeah.
full name.
I'm thinking about
Yeah,
producing an album next year for myself. It's going to be my first, and I've got the name. It's going to be Josip's Greatest Hits. And it's
Nice.
going to be the subtitle Objectively True.
I like that.
I think it would be a good idea.
We could-
Because I'd probably never do another, but like it's more just for my own amusement.
We got the lapel mic into the bathroom under the door.
We're changing.
So this is all going to be on our Patreon in the next 4 years when we actually start one. But anyway, so I guess we'll start working towards wrapping it up. So I don't know. Have you guys done a lot of interviews or podcasts and stuff like that before?
I think we've done. Oh,
Not a whole heap,
many.
This is Jack's first, I think, but Buddy and I have done a few. We've done a few with Emerge, Russell and Kalen. They're good boys.
Yeah.
They run a tight ship over there. It's been pretty good fun. But it's been pretty great getting on here with you boys as well.
Yeah, that's what I was gonna say. I was gonna say if you could rate us like between 1 and 10 Josep's, what would you give us for our your experience?
420 Josephs.
Between 1 and 420 Joseph's, what would you rate your experience on the OnlyBands
I've known
podcast?
Jed for like 5 years and he still doesn't say my name right. Like,
Yeah, well, I mean,
it's
is
okay.
what it is.
I've
yeah.
just accepted it. It's a part of life.
I'd say I'd rate you 420 Josephs.
Yeah, that's what I thought. Yeah, it's 420.
It's fun. It's been fun coming on the podcast and drinking heaps of goals.
Yeah, fucking oath. That scored you some bonus points.
We've definitely got a few wrap-up questions. One of the things we like to say is, what have you been listening to lately? Like, what are kind of your top, like, 3 or 4 artist bands? Check your Spotify. I'm assuming we're all
I got a
probably
mind like a
having a little
sieve,
listen
dude.
to the new Blink singles and getting a little hype. At least I am.
So I guess
I'll
we
be
start
honest.
with Joseph, while you guys have a bit of a thing,
Yeah.
unless you're ready.
No.
Oh, okay. Well,
Yeah, I can
All right,
shit.
Sam, you're right.
I'm just coming off that Big Sound hype train. So I was listening to a lot of Battlesnake before
Yeah, right.
and during and after, and just generally, they're a great band for life, all walks of life, all seasons, all emotions. You can find a Battlesnake song to tickle your pickle.
Yeah.
I've never had a listen. What kind of
Battlesnake.
Yeah.
Oh,
Dude,
sick.
man,
It's like epic, glam rock maybe. Well, I mean they do. Yeah, they've got all the
but like metal adjacent.
Oh,
and
yeah.
like 3-part guitar harmonies, keytar, like they play.
Lot of
in
fun.
costume.
one of the best
Yeah,
live
yeah.
performances you'll ever see
Okay.
in your
Oh
life.
yeah, unreal.
Fucking oath.
Are they Aussie or?
Yes.
Yeah.
Mad?
Yeah.
Sydney. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. they're
I
fucking
will
sick.
have a definite sus on that.
Yeah.
And they're touring heaps, so go see them live, man, for sure.
Yeah, 100%. We're trying to
Another band.
We're trying to weasel our way onto a bit of an East Coast tour.
We
with,
try and
with the
weasel our way
Snake Boys.
onto every tour we can.
But
and,
in particular, Snake Boys.
yeah, and Private Function
Yeah.
is another band that we've been listening to. Or fucking
Yeah.
sick. I mean, you guys probably
They're awesome. Yeah,
probably
I've seen them
know
a few
Private
times.
Function and their live performance as well. I mean, like all these, the greatest bands are the ones that you see on a night out, and the live performance just blows you away. Like,
Yeah, 100%.
Especially when they're not the band you went to see.
Mm.
I think
Yeah.
that's the ones that really sort of ring to your memory.
Yeah, absolutely.
Dude, I'll say this, not to harp on about Battlesnake too much, but they played 2 shows at Big Sound, the Tuesday night and the Thursday night. The Tuesday night, like there was a good crowd there, like big crowd, but fucking word spread like wildfire around Big Sound after Tuesday night, and then Thursday night was Tuesday. How rude.
It's mine. Fuck off.
But Thursday night was
really
packed,
mean
like
anything.
packed out the fucking door, like down the stairs, like people like crammed in like sardines, like it was crazy. Like those boys fucking deserve every fucking penny, and they're
Yeah,
highly,
those-
highly
Sick.
That was very similar to probably before COVID. I think it was the year before COVID when Big Sound was on. It was these New South Wales were playing at
Yeah.
the Family.
Oh man,
back
I
when
really
the
wanna
Family
see
was the
them
Family.
live. Yeah.
That was packed the fuck out.
Yeah, dude. We covered Don Dale once or twice. Fucking
Pretty Littles.
oh shit. Cut that.
Leave it in.
Leave it in. No, but the New South Wales are also sick.
But the Pretty Littles are also great.
Yeah, well, I mean, if that's what was the question? What was the original question? Bands we're listening to?
Yeah.
No, Pretty Little.
Yeah.
No, fucking earth. I mean, there's heaps. I think for me, I said it before, but like Charlie Crockett, there's a band called Closet Goth, which I think they're North American, and I first started listening to them after I heard them on Punk AF Radio, which is it's a British broadcaster who's played us heaps and even put on a charity show that we played at Tomcat, which was awesome. And he plays a lot of Aussie punk, and so I was listening in because he was playing us, so wanted to hear it. And he played this band called Closet Goth, which is read more, and the main line is read more and kill authority. We can read more and kill authority. I was like, fuck, that's awesome. But I mean, yeah, heaps of bands. I don't know. What about you, Jack?
I'm just like having a look.
Downgirl just released an EP or almost like an album. They're a Sydney-based 4-piece punk Yeah, they're fucking sick.
Yeah. We played with them when we played with
Battlesnake.
Yeah.
Fucking sick band.
Yeah.
Four girls just ripping it up. Like,
That's cool. I'd like to see that.
yeah, good show.
No, I've been listening to like going through Snakes, which like again I found them on Punk AF Radio. I'm pretty sure.
Paul Hammond.
Paul Hammond, what a ledge.
Look at all these bands.
Crows, Birthday Raven down in Sydney, I think they are. I've never heard of them before, and then like I listened to one of their songs. I don't know how it came up. It was like, to be honest, might have even been Paul Hammond again, but those guys fuck. Like that's sick. They're really really sick. Pretty Vicious, Ammo and the Sniffers, fucking
Classic.
Drunk Moms,
Garlic Naan.
Garlic Naan,
Who
yeah.
are unfortunately
Quintin's
no
trying to
longer a
scream
thing, but are fucking mad.
Did you say garlic naan?
Garlic Naan.
Listen to Garlic Naan.
Dude, Garlic
fact, no.
Naan is amazing.
Even better, go YouTube Garlic Naan and
Yeah.
watch some of their
Fucking
clips, man.
sick.
Those
Rest
guys,
in peace,
they
Garlic Naan.
they did a fucking music video in the back of like a moving truck where they set up like the band equipment in the back and had like a crowd in there, and then they just drove the truck around the city. So like as they're playing, the fucking kit's falling over, people are smashed into the walls. It's fucking those guys. They need to get back together.
Yeah, fucking sick.
They need to get back together.
Well, that's it.
All right, so
Sorry.
Quintin, you're up. Oh wait, never mind. He's not even here.
No, he is up. He's up and out the room, straight back to the toilet.
All right, yeah. So what have you been listening to?
Citizen.
Me
Citizen's
too,
got a
so
couple
much.
New tracks that have released. I think they've got an album coming out. And,
Citizen Rat?
No, just Citizen
Ah.
from. I think
That's a local band that's sick as
They're
well.
a US band. I really like Citizen. They've got a really cool song at the moment called "If You're Lonely." It's good fun.
Oh, I love that song.
Yeah,
Mm.
it's fun. They've come on a lot. Bob Vylan. It's
Bob Dylan?
Bob Dylan. Yeah.
Yeah. Fucking
Bob
oath.
Dylan.
Wait, also, that's another good band.
Yeah.
I have only listened to a bit of his stuff, but I've been told by so many people, only in the last like 6 months, I've never heard of him before, but so many people have told
Put
me to
the
listen to him.
money in the bag.
Oh man, sorry if I can just interject.
Of course you can.
Drill.
Drill.
I've been fucking. I love drill. Like, listen, I'm the widest boy
8-6
ever.
gang.
But yeah,
Drill's cool.
8-6 ink is it?
Yeah.
Yeah, dude. Hell yeah.
Cool.
Yeah, like Irish drill and shit like
All
that.
my gang
man.
got bad intentions.
What is that? There's this band. A duo. It's like
In the
Baz,
basement, shotgun
Baz
potential.
and someone. It's these like 80-year-old blokes who just.
Oh,
rap.
yeah.
They're fucking sick, man. What is it, Baz and?
Oh
Did you
yeah,
look 'em up?
the Northern Boys.
They spit
The
bars.
Northern Boys are good. I have been listening.
Baz.
the
Pete
new
and Baz. Pete and
MXPX
Baz.
album's actually been really fun for me.
Yeah,
I don't
yeah.
know if you guys have seen that. It's just like a very old skate pop punk album that's very like positive and uplifting, and it's kind of like modern living and just trying to like remind you to keep going.
Yeah.
Like it was just.
And we all
Well,
need that, man. I'm with you.
Quite the opposite of that. I've been listening to like a bit of Juice WRLD, a bit of
Oh
like
no.
Kill yourself music.
XXX Tentacion.
Oh no.
Wait,
Fuck
actually,
that.
on the this kind of just triggered a thought on the note of Limp Bizkit playing Good Things. Have you guys heard of Fiddler's cover?
Of which?
Fiddler's cover
I've heard.
of Limp Bizkit's Nookie.
I think I
No.
have.
That shit goes so fucking hard.
Was it like a version, or is it just a
No,
cover?
no,
No.
They just
They just put it out.
released a cover and it fucks.
Quintin's back
Welcome
He's
back.
got his bomb bucket.
for a moment.
Yes, I've got the Von Bucket.
He's got the
Oh.
bomb bucket. Shit.
I am disgusted.
Can you show me that, Quintin?
Let's go, baby.
Yeah, baby.
Yes.
And then I've been listening to Strung Out and Paramore because I'm seeing both in the next month or so.
Yeah, sick.
and
Sick.
I also was listening to the
fucking
Too
love
Slow album. Have you guys seen that from Slowly Slowly? They released like a new album under a different band name, and it's just a really fast
Oh,
fucking punk
it's like-
album.
Oh, true. I
But
thought
it's
it was-
called Too Slow.
So none of you fuckers have been listening to us.
Well, actually, you're on the top of my you're on the top of my Spotify at the moment. Actually, so I've listened to you today at least.
Fuck yeah.
Like, hold on.
I've had you guys on all day. You just need to fucking record some more songs.
Yeah, well,
What's going on there? We got any albums on the way?
Well, yeah, the
Debut
problem's not
album?
recording songs. The problem's getting the songs mixed, and again, that's definitely our fault. We're just hell slack.
Yeah.
But yeah, hopefully, we should have, if we pull our thumbs out, definitely one more single out before the end of the year. Maybe two if we really get our shit into gear. But probably not a full body of work until some point down the track.
I want to work towards an album. I really want to work towards an album.
We'd love to get back in next year, I'd say.
And once we get in, we'll learn from our mistakes. Because I mean, recording is a learning process, and we've been recording with Cody Matthews.
Nah, Cody McWaters.
Shit, sorry, Cody. We've been recording with Cody McWaters.
Hunting
Ground, yeah. And he's been a legend, and he's put up with us delaying all of our single releases for ages. But we'll go back, record an album, release it ASAP, and we're fucking keen to. We just got to write some more music. What do you reckon, boys? Should we go down the political heavy metal shit, or should we,
Bit of both.
I think you should you should
You
write
do what
what
you
you
need.
believe in, and when a political thing comes up that is you're adamant
doesn't
enough about,
necessarily-
jump
okay.
in.
When you can
New
take
question,
the
new
piss
question.
politically, I think that's when you do it.
Yeah.
I think probably what's more important here is not so much the lyrical content, but the style of the music, right? So like we have very clearly, like, if anybody's seen any of our live shows, especially in the last year or so, it's very obviously like the first half of the set is kind of the it's like the jokey kind of punky thrashy, like, Zinger Box, Milton Mango, I drink beers for breakfast, like this kind of like
parody songs
vibe.
almost.
Yeah, kind of like jokey Australiana, like. And then as the set progresses, it gets heavier, and then we've got Guillotine, State of Decay, Mosh, like these much heavier songs. And I think as much as we enjoy like writing and playing those like punkier, thrashier songs, I mean, I'm definitely speaking more so. I'm speaking more so of myself here, but I think generally speaking, like when it comes to recording, we want to record more serious, like more like. I think we've talked about recording
Yeah, that
some
was
of the
one of my
punkier,
questions, is
thrashier, jokier stuff, like on like maybe like a
An EP or something,
like an actual like a record that would be like only available, like it wouldn't be on Spotify or anything, like it'd only be on like a a 2-side, like maybe do it with another band like the City Council, like a Sunny Coast, like kind of like meme punk thrashy kind of band, if you will, like they got some sick songs like Maxi Bon and Ford Falcon and shit like that, like it'd be great to do something with them, maybe like a little collab, like a split LP or something like that. But I think in terms of if we were going to put a full body of work together, I think it would probably be more on that heavier side.
I think that's a pretty good way to go.
Yeah,
I'd
it's
say
just so
like-
much fun fucking writing shit with like breakdowns and heavy chugs and like mixing it up, like changing tempos and time sigs and
Yeah, I think it's like the tough thing is like what we're interested in changes like so quickly.
yeah.
Like when we first started the band, like everything was that kind of punky, fast stuff, and that was like the only thing that it was what I was listening to. And when I come to the band with ideas, it was like that's what it was. that's what it was all writing.
Disgusted Quintin.
Yeah, but then like at the same time, then by the time that we've got those songs ready, then like the music taste changed.
Yeah, well, that's
And
one of my
then-
questions on the list. It was like, I've noticed like Guillotine is a bit more.
Consummate professional here.
Yeah, Guillotine is a bit more heavier, a bit more like, like just, traditional sort of like heavy music sort of influence, like, and I've noticed a lot of your newer songs like Mosh are very much in that sort of style. What sort of like changed?
Yeah,
Yeah, I don't know if I'd even say Mosh.
I'd say Mosh is more punky. Yeah.
Because there's that old, I feel like if you
Mosh-
had to pin it down to a genre, it would be like old English punk and like Australiana mixed in, and now it's changed to more like heavy and like
Mosh
almost like, I guess, elements of prog, I guess you'd say. Like,
Mosh was in earlier in the picture, like
Yeah.
even though we haven't I don't know if we'll ever record Mosh. It's one of those songs that kind of only really hits live. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
at least in my opinion.
No, I
no, I'm with you.
Yeah. Yeah, it's like when we wrote the
that was
the
early in
punky
the piece what I was trying to say.
yeah, like when we wrote the
that was
punky
the
songs,
start
that was
of the heavy tunes.
yeah, that was one of the early ones. And then, but like by the time we got those done, then the new stuff coming forward in the band was way like heavier. Like I went back listening to like old fucking like Bring Me the Horizon and shit, and then it was more heavier stuff was coming out, and then you know same for like everything was just getting heavier and heavier and heavier, and then but then like a couple of the new songs that we're working on now like are kind of the combination of both. Like I don't know if
I guess that's like the discovery of sound, right? Like it will take you a little while to figure out like how do you incorporate a little bit of that heaviness maybe with a little bit of the fast chuggy and humor.
Yeah.
You know, like, how do you put that together?
Well, I mean, we've got a song called, which we play live, which is not recorded, but we've got a song called Whole Lot of Nothing, which is pretty much incorporating kind of jokey humor. It's a punky, fast riff, but then we threw breakdowns in there because you know what? Who doesn't love a fucking breakdown?
Right.
Mental or musical.
Who doesn't love a breakdown? Or physical.
Apparently Quintin doesn't like a breakdown. It makes him fucking
I'm
sick.
definitely not on a stay for a breakdown.
Would you say that that song for you feels maybe the best representation of the band? Like, what song do you kind of say?
Scat Man.
Yeah, like best representation of the band to date.
Actually, I reckon best representation to date is I don't know if anyone's going to agree with me on this, but where I want the band to go is we've been writing a new song that our new guitarist brought. I don't think it even has lyrics. It doesn't have a name, but musically, where that song is, I think is where I want to fucking go. It's like it's kind of glam rocky, but it's also kind of punky, but it's also kind of like
Yeah, exactly.
So,
How are you gonna sample?
it's also
the sounds
kind of
my
like
vomiting?
it's kind of melodic and ethereal in points, but it's all over the shop, but it's a fucking ripper. Like,
Would you say that like all three of you would agree that you're all still trying to find your feet as what the direction of the band is going?
well, we just have fun.
I kind of yeah.
Yeah.
I don't necessarily see the idea of a direction being valid, to be honest, man. Like I think that.
Yeah.
Are you sure?
Don't go wrong. That'll be nice. Don't wrong.
I think that
Quintin wants to know more!
I think that like you can evolve as a band, but that's what evolution is. It's a change, and ideally you're always going to be evolving.
Yeah, just take
Or
it one day at a
changing,
time.
you know? Like fuck, who will? This is the thing, man.
It's not so much a direction, so much as like an exploration. Or like a quest.
Do
It's
you
like,
put
I
a
wanna
value?
explore,
Do you
like-
have like a value set of the band?
Well,
Right? Like,
no.
how what does the band embody in terms of like
just having fun.
just having
Yeah,
fun? Like
Just
that's
having
it.
fun and playing what we want. Like I don't know about these boys. I want to do as well as we can, but I'm not taking this too seriously because it's just a bunch of fun. And along those lines, we're always going to play things that we think are fun. And
play shows with our mates.
you know, some people might be like, "Oh, what the fuck? This isn't like their first shit." Like we used to play Milton Mango all the time because it was one of our first songs, and I love that song. It was the first song I ever wrote, but it's not like I wrote everything in that song except the drums, obviously, and the bass actually. So I wrote the riff and and the fucking lyrics.
Typical guitarist. I wrote the whole
The whole thing. No, but I love that song, and people ask a lot when we don't play it, like, why didn't you fucking play Milton Mango? And it's like, oh, I don't know, like, I feel like Milton Mango's great, but it's not like, I feel like we're interested in playing music that we like to play.
Yeah.
I think
You've already lost the interest, and it's not even like something people
Yeah.
absolutely frog.
And I think people like it, but that's the thing. I'm not too concerned about what our fans really, or the people who come to see our shows want, with all due respect.
Like at the same time though, like it wasn't just the first song that you wrote, it was also the first song that we all jammed, and like the first song that we like home demoed, and like that
Was it
song.
I thought that was Drink Beer. I thought we did that really early on.
Nah.
Was
We
it?
definitely recorded I think we
Yeah.
recorded both, but
Neil Mango was like the first. Well, I mean,
and Wanker,
look,
which we know
Wanker,
no longer even
that's a
play.
throwback. Yeah.
So, but this is the thing. I think every band
it's just worn out.
wants to do what they want to play, which is fresh and new and like exciting to them. Some bands are constrained by their needs, like that they need to satisfy a label or a fan base. I don't think we're there yet. Maybe we will be one day, but you know.
I think
don't need a lapel mic anymore.
Yeah, I think the idea is more like this, and it goes back to the same why we don't want to have like a political connotation. What's the word? A political
affiliation.
Yeah, like we don't
association.
want to be boxed in, and as in like, oh, they write music about this and they write this type of music, because we don't sit back and think, oh, what type of song are we going to write and what are we going to write the song about? Like, it just happens. Like, we'll just, it just like, come in, we'll be jamming, a riff,
a
riff
cooked up themselves,
a riff,
or
you know.
like something just comes out in the room.
Yeah, like, I could come in with like a basic idea of a song and some
Jack
lyrics.
probably puts the most effort into demos and ideas out of anybody.
Well, that's
Like,
what I was saying.
he'll
Like, it
actually,
used to be that me and Jack would 50-50 write it, but now Jack definitely writes most. Like, and I've been pretty slack when it comes to it.
What I would say
It's
is this.
definitely
I
a
wanted to say this
combination of
earlier.
everybody. Like, once it comes in though, like, I'll bring something in, and then you guys, because I'm no music background
Yeah,
at all.
this is what I was going to
So
say.
like,
is
these guys
this.
fix up.
They
I
know
would
how to
make
actually write.
I would
the song.
make-
But
I
you're
like,
bringing in like an idea and use a building as a team around.
It's like
it.
I'll
Let's put it this
write
way.
like
None
a
of us are
song.
ever gonna write a drum line, right? None of us are trained in drum. We can be like, and we often do go like, oh, Sam, do this. And he just looks at us like, what the fuck are you talking about? And then he does his own thing, which is always better than what we thought was going to be anyway. So that's the thing. And especially now with Riley on board, like, and this is what Sam, I guess, was saying, was now we can hone in and tap into that, like, riff-driven sound, which is personally where I want to go. And I think the riff-driven sound, along with the fucking fat breakdowns and the balls to the wall lyrics and energy, which is what we want to go for. That's like,
That's a sound.
yeah.
It's good.
Does Dad Fight have an OnlyFans?
Yes.
We've been thinking
Only
about
toes. Only toes.
Yeah,
Only
only
toes.
feet.
Only toes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I've been
Knees
thinking
and
about
toes, though?
And it's
No.
Just Lenny's
I'll pay extra for the knees.
You're not getting the knees.
No, no
I
knees.
want the knees.
No knees. Only farmer's toes.
Only Farmer's Toes.
Yeah.
And the spaces in between them.
Yeah, but you gotta pay extra for
But
that.
never knees.
No
Is that-
knees.
Is Only Farmer's Toes like a .org version of OnlyFans?
Yeah, I think so.
Well, as
Sure
long
it
as
is.
somebody else doesn't beat us to it.
Boy, do we start at only toes?
Yeah, cut this and don't put this
I-
there.
I want no part of this.
Well,
Only
James,
toes.
our photographer, he's already on board. We've already booked him in for some.
He said he
Toe
would
shots.
take pictures of our feet.
Are you
I
into
was-
toe jam or
no. He said he only take pictures
Like,
if
is-
you got a cut. I don't know if he gets.
is toe jam like admired
Gotta
or
pay your photographers.
despised in the toe?
Yeah,
world?
he gets paid. He doesn't get a cut.
Or is it like
Oh.
a niche, like
Depends,
within like?
depends on who's asking for the toes.
Of course.
Anyway, this
Depends
is
whose
fucked.
toes. Whose toes.
Anyway, so I've been listening to a lot of Hellions lately.
Fuck yeah.
I was always really into Hellions back then, but it was always like, you know, you always had like one or two of their songs in a playlist, and you just like, I love Hellions, but you just like those two songs. You've never even listened to their music. The last couple of months, I started doing a lot of road trips where I've just been driving for a long time, so I've just been downloading albums and albums and albums,
Yeah.
and listening to a lot of Hellions ones back to back. So really vibing a lot of their stuff. Really looking forward to working at Good Things this year. So Limp
Okay.
Bizkit's obviously playing that, so I've been rinsing Limp Bizkit a lot. Realizing they have a lot more songs that I've known my entire life without actually knowing they were Limp Bizkit.
Like what?
Blue
Eyes?
Behind Blue Eyes?
Yeah, I
Didn't
did
realise
not
that was Limp
realize.
Bizkit.
I didn't realize that was
No.
them until recently.
And there was a couple other ones where I'm just like, shit, I didn't realize this was them.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, it was good. Actually going through the whole discog and having a real deep dive into it, which was nice. So yeah, that's pretty much. I've just been rinsing them for the last couple of weeks at least.
Bloody earth.
Yeah.
You know, now that AI is a thing, sorry to keep going, but now that
Put me
AI
out
is
of
a
a
thing,
fucking job.
you know,
You're alright, mate. Don't worry.
all the music that's been
It's a
written
man
has been
wallowing in
written.
the pits of depression.
So appreciate what's been written thus far.
That's it.
Speaking about out of a job, do you reckon you're going to work tomorrow,
To
Quintin?
really finalise all of
Probably
this.
fucking not. I'm
Thought
gonna
we'll,
call Matt in the morning and be like,
Hey,
right.
Nathan, if you can
fucking
shut
hell."
the fuck up for a
Alright,
minute,
then you can't.
please. So, and we like to wrap this one up is what we'll do is we'll get you guys to go around and get your Instagram. So if you want people to follow you and do all that old bullshit, you know, the thing. Let us know what you guys got coming up in terms of shows, albums. I know you guys are thinking about stuff. You got a single, blah, blah, blah. Do your thing.
Alright. Don't bother following me. I don't give a shit.
Yep.
So yeah, Sam.
Well,
What about the
the
Dad Fight
band handle is dadfight420 on Insta. Buddy's handle is don't call me buddy _ mate.
No,
But
don't
he
follow
doesn't,
me.
He doesn't like plugging it, but do follow him. He does post
No.
some actually quite hilarious and
No,
amusing
don't.
things. There's a great video about zinger boxes which you should definitely watch. We do have some gigs coming up. We've got October 14 at Vinny's supporting Veal. October 28 at Greaser for the 4ZZZ Halloween party. December 2nd we're playing a Sunny Coast backyard party. More dates to come on that. And then what's the date for the pricey gig?
Oh.
We got a pricing gig.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's December.
I think it's December 2nd, isn't it?
No. It's December 16.
It'll probably be January by the time this is
It's
released.
December 16. We're playing Norton's with Pricey, City Council, and another band, TBA. But that should be a fucking ripper if you're on the sunny coast. But yeah, next Brizzy gigs end of October 28th. All those gigs are Saturdays. Dad Fight only plays Saturdays, maybe.
Saturdays only for Dad
And
Fight.
birthdays.
And birthdays, yeah. Invite us to your birthday party.
Bad Neighbour played my birthday party. It was their second ever gig.
Speaking of which, I got a fucking birthday party October 22nd. Are you cunts gonna play or not?
Yeah. Fucking
Alright,
right.
good.
Well, while we've got you in this
But you
state,
have to play in the pool.
it's going to cost you $1,500. Is that all good?
I'll draw off some money. I'll fill enough meth for it.
Wait, why is your birthday on a Sunday, cunt?
It's on a Saturday. It's on the 21st, actually.
Control what day his birthday is on.
Quintin,
Control
can you
days
bring your
fucking
bucket
parties
closer to the
on.
microphone, please?
October 21st, 22nd, 22 Laurel Avenue, Wilston.
Dress on the podcast!
He's like, put your face in the microphone. No, take your face away from the microphone.
No, you were saying with the songs release, I think we briefly covered it before, but at the moment, we actually just had the Dad Fight AGM the other night. Had a call, finalised the first set of notes for new song coming out. So hopefully Cody's going to get on top of that pretty quick, and then should be out soon-ish. Probably maybe. No, you know what? I'm not gonna put a time on it. Fuck it. We're gonna do a music video. We're gonna fucking have some fun and put it out. But yeah, before the end of the year, definitely. If you're
Quintin
very,
gonna
very
feature
lucky.
in this music video, chundering into a bucket.
Honestly, it would
I
suit.
feel like you
It
have
would suit the music.
Well, if we're speaking about music videos, just briefly.
Do you
if
want to
you
be in a
haven't-
music video, Quintin?
If you haven't already, go check
Oh, well, I
out.
feel like I'm already going to be in the next one at this point, but yeah, sure.
Yeah, fuck
If
it.
you haven't already, go check out the music video that we just dropped.
Guillotine.
for Guillotine. Shot and edited and directed by James Latta, who is the fucking goat. Yeah, go check it out on YouTube, everywhere else. You know how to fucking do that shit. But yeah, that video.
www.youtube.com.au.
Alright.
World
some
Wide
shit
Web.
like that.
So
Definitely.
check out Guillotine
Yeah, fucking hell.
and check out Quintin vomiting in the bin.
Leave us.
We'll post that on Instagram. So,
Yeah.
it's a nice
So
photo
tell
as well.
us your favourite moment from this podcast. Was it Quintin vomiting in the bin, or was it Quintin vomiting in the bin?
I mean, this has gone on for like 45 minutes on this already.
Anyway, yeah, we've been OnlyBands. Thank you for listening.
Thanks.
Follow us on Instagram, onlybands.au.
Thanks
Thank
for
you
having us.
so much, Dad Fight, for coming in and being a part of.
It's been awesome.
cheers.
what
I'm
we call a
honestly,
podcast.
I'm apologetic to the fucking audience who are usually used to me being the one who's meant to like keep this on the tracks. I'm like, yeah, that was
But
going
it's
about
Jed's
an
turn
hour ago
now,
at this
baby.
point.
It's alright.
Yeah.
Thank you for the beers, Quintin.
Yeah, cheers for the beers.
For the beers.
And the
mate.
shitty sour.
Keep
Yeah.
up the good fight.
Thank you.
Make sure the dads fight. And
Yeah, the dads are fighting, baby, and you best believe.
Don't ever stop fighting, boys.
Yeah, bring your dad to the gig,
Yours
and
ain't
we'll
winning.
see. We'll have like a
You
a
don't want
battle
to
see
royale.
make man.
Can we have like an
Yeah.
underground, like, backyard party?